The China-Taiwan conflict is a story of a nation fractured. It's rooted in the Chinese Civil War, a bitter struggle from 1927 to 1949. The Chinese Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, fought the nationalists, or Kuomintang, KMT, led by Chiang Kai-shek. The war ended in 1949 with a communist victory. The KMT fled to Taiwan, establishing a government in exile. Mainland China, now the People's Republic of China, PRC, claimed Taiwan as a renegade province. Taiwan developed its own identity, evolving into a vibrant democracy. The legacy of the Civil War continues to shape cross-strait relations. Questions of national identity, sovereignty, and reunification remain central to the conflict. Central to the China-Taiwan conundrum is the One China policy. The policy acknowledges the existence of only one sovereign state, called China. This policy has been a cornerstone of Chinese diplomacy since the mid-20th century. China interprets this policy as absolute, viewing Taiwan as an inseparable part of its territory. The Chinese government has consistently emphasized that any attempt to alter this status quo would be met with strong resistance. Any suggestion of Taiwanese independence is met with staunch opposition. Beijing has made it clear that it considers such moves as a direct challenge to its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Taiwan, however, has developed a distinct identity, fueled by its democratic development and economic success. Over the decades, Taiwan has transformed itself into a vibrant democracy with a robust economy, setting it apart from mainland China. Many in Taiwan advocate for maintaining the status quo or pursuing formal independence. The island's political landscape is diverse, with some factions pushing for greater autonomy, while others seek full independence. They argue that Taiwan is a de facto sovereign state with its own government and military. Taiwan operates its own political and legal systems, conducts its own foreign relations, and maintains a separate military force. This fundamental difference in interpretation lies at the heart of ongoing tensions. The divergent views on Taiwan's status create a complex and often contentious relationship between the two sides. It creates a volatile environment where any shift in the balance of power can have significant repercussions. The Taiwan Strait remains one of the most sensitive and strategically important areas in the world, with potential flashpoints that could escalate into broader conflicts. Navigating this diplomatic minefield requires careful diplomacy and a nuanced understanding of both sides. International actors, including the United States and other regional powers, play crucial roles in mediating and managing the delicate balance of power in the region. The future of China-Taiwan relations will depend on the ability of all parties to engage in constructive dialogue and find peaceful solutions to their differences. China's strategy towards Taiwan combines military pressure with diplomatic isolation. The goal is to deter Taiwan from declaring independence and compel reunification on Beijing's terms. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, conducts large-scale military exercises simulating attacks on Taiwan. Chinese warships and aircraft frequently cross the median line of the Taiwan Strait. Beyond military displays, China seeks to isolate Taiwan internationally, urging countries to sever official ties. This strategy has been successful, with few countries maintaining formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan. China also blocks Taiwan's participation in international organizations. These actions aim to weaken Taiwan's international standing and increase its dependence on mainland China. Taiwan's domestic political landscape is dynamic, with different visions for the island's future. The political scene is vibrant and often contentious, reflecting the diverse opinions and aspirations of its people. Two main political camps dominate: the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, and the Kuomintang, KMT. These parties represent contrasting ideologies and approaches to Taiwan's relationship with China and its own national identity. The DPP, currently in power, advocates for a more assertive stance towards China and emphasizes Taiwan's distinct identity. Under the leadership of President Tsai Ing-wen, the DPP has pushed for policies that strengthen Taiwan's sovereignty and international presence. The KMT, on the other hand, favors closer ties with mainland China, emphasizing shared cultural and historical links. They argue that economic cooperation and peaceful relations with China are crucial for Taiwan's prosperity and security. Taiwanese identity is in flux, shaped by historical experiences, democratic values, and generational shifts. The island's complex history, from Japanese colonization to martial law under the KMT, has left a lasting impact on its national consciousness. Younger Taiwanese, who have grown up in a democratic Taiwan, often view China with apprehension. They are more likely to identify as Taiwanese rather than Chinese, valuing their democratic freedoms and way of life. This evolving sense of identity has significant implications for cross-strait relations. As more Taiwanese embrace a distinct national identity, the political and social gap between Taiwan and China widens. It makes the prospect of reunification on Beijing's terms increasingly unlikely. The growing sentiment for independence or maintaining the status quo challenges China's ambitions and complicates diplomatic efforts. Understanding these dynamics is crucial to grasping the complexities of Taiwanese politics. Analysts and scholars continue to study the island's political landscape, offering insights into its future trajectory and the broader implications for regional stability. The United States plays a pivotal role in the China-Taiwan equation. This role is not just about military might, but also involves a complex web of diplomatic, economic, and cultural engagements. The Taiwan Strait is a flashpoint, and the US presence here is a signal to both allies and adversaries. Washington walks a diplomatic tightrope, maintaining its commitment to Taiwan's security while avoiding actions that could provoke China. This balancing act is crucial, as any misstep could escalate tensions in the region. The US must carefully navigate its policies to ensure stability and peace. The cornerstone of US policy is the Taiwan Relations Act, TRA, enacted in 1979. This act was a response to the shifting geopolitical landscape and the need to support Taiwan amidst growing Chinese influence. The TRA outlines the US's commitment to Taiwan's defense and its democratic values. The TRA commits the US to providing Taiwan with the means to defend itself. This includes not only military equipment, but also training and strategic support. The goal is to ensure that Taiwan can maintain its sovereignty and deter any potential aggression. The US has supplied Taiwan with billions of dollars worth of arms sales, bolstering its defense capabilities. These sales are not just transactions, but are part of a broader strategy to maintain a balance of power in the region. The weapons and systems provided are state-of-the-art, ensuring Taiwan's military remains robust. Beyond military support, the US maintains close unofficial ties with Taiwan. These ties include economic partnerships, cultural exchanges, and educational programs. Such interactions strengthen the bond between the two nations and promote mutual understanding and cooperation. High-level visits between US and Taiwanese officials signal support for Taiwan's democracy. These visits are symbolic and practical, reinforcing the US's commitment to Taiwan's political and social systems. They also provide opportunities for dialogue and collaboration on various issues. China views US involvement with deep suspicion, considering it a violation of its sovereignty. Beijing's stance is firm, and any US action in support of Taiwan is seen as a direct challenge. This adds a layer of complexity to the US's strategic calculations. Navigating this complex web of interests requires a delicate touch and long-term strategic vision. US policymakers must weigh the immediate benefits of supporting Taiwan against the potential long-term consequences of antagonizing China. This requires a nuanced approach and constant reassessment of the geopolitical landscape. The US must balance its commitment to Taiwan's security with managing its relationship with China. This balancing act is not static, it evolves with changing global dynamics. The US's actions in the Taiwan Strait are a testament to its broader strategy of maintaining peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. The China-Taiwan issue is a global concern with far-reaching implications. The potential for conflict between China and Taiwan represents a significant threat to regional and global stability. The Taiwan Strait is a critical shipping lane for global trade. Any disruption would have severe economic repercussions, impacting global markets. Beyond economics, the issue has profound implications for international security. A conflict could escalate into a wider regional conflict, drawing in major powers like the US, Japan, and Australia. The international community has a vested interest in a peaceful resolution. Diplomacy and dialogue are essential to managing this complex situation. The future of cross-strait relations remains uncertain. One possible scenario is a continuation of the status quo, with Taiwan maintaining its de facto autonomy. This scenario offers the best hope for maintaining peace in the short term. Another scenario is increased pressure from China, aimed at forcing reunification. This strategy carries significant risks, potentially leading to conflict. A third scenario is a negotiated settlement requiring significant compromises from both sides. While unlikely, it remains the most desirable outcome for lasting peace. The future depends on the choices and actions of both China and Taiwan. Encouraging dialogue and promoting peaceful solutions are essential. The stakes are high, making the pursuit of peace in the Taiwan Strait paramount.